Welcome back to FM Story. We're into the second half of season 15 of this Glory Hunt to Save. The one aim for this season is to win the Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt. And to that aim, we've got off to a pretty decent start. We've made it to the last 16 of the Europa League. But we've also had a pretty big overhaul of the squad in January with some key players leaving, some loans getting terminated, some players getting transferred out, and some players coming in on deadline day as well. Hopefully, we can make it through the last 16 into the quarterfinals. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We are now into the middle of March. We've got the first leg of the last 16 of the Europa League coming up. We've been drawn against Benfica. We are missing Matthias Albarracin, who's been a big player for us this season. He got sent off in the last of the league phase games. Since the end of the last episode, we've had a bit of a nothing run of form. We drew 1-1 away at Hertha Berlin. We drew 0-0 at home against Hamburg. We beat Leverkusen away from home. We drew 0-0 at home to Hoffenheim. And we got beat 1-0 away at Dortmund in our last game. So this is the side we've picked for the first leg. We've gone with Zeze, Maticevic and Rother. Now he's back from injury in the back three. Mikic and Escudinha wide. Grassi in front of the back three. And then we've got the three players we signed on deadline day. João Rego, Iglesias, Baldanzi in front of them with Quiroga up top. It's important with this away game not to get ourselves completely out of the tie ahead of the second leg. Right, Grassi back to Zeze. João Rego back to Zeze. Wide looking for Escudinha, but it's cut out. And now Fontana driving forward for them. Comes all the way across. They've hit the post. And we've almost gifted them a goal there. Baldanzi up to Quiroga. Escudinha back to Maticevic and nothing comes of it. Right, they bring the ball through forward. Iglesias nicks it. Finds João Rego. Out to Mikic. Back to Zeze. Zeze again. This time to Rota. Wide to Escudinha. Cuts in field. Finds Iglesias. Over the top looking for João Rego. Gets to the byline. Low cross. And Baldanzi somehow manages to drag it wide of the far post. Right, Rota with a long throw. It's headed down. And then they've nicked it on the edge of the box. And now they're breaking and they're getting numbers forward here. And Ando's in. Ernst makes a great save. Adai loses out to Mikic and João Rego can clear. And there we are, half-time 0-0. We've certainly not been at our best. And we've gifted them a couple of clear chances as well. Right, no changes to the personnel at half-time. We have switched the position people are playing up slightly, but they've got a corner early on into the near post, a free header, and thankfully it's not on target. And Ernst to Zeze, into João Rego, Maticevic, into Baldanzi, Rota, back to Baldanzi, Rota again, chips it into the middle of the pitch, gives it away, and now they're driving forward again, cross from the byline, and we've only got ourselves to blame for that. Gave the ball away in a stupid position. And then just didn't defend the cross. Comes out wide. And he just whips that cross in. Gets a nick. Zeze misses it at the near post. The keeper misses it and it's a simple tap-in. Right, so we made some changes to try and get ourselves back into this. Nothing seems to be coming our way. A free kick for them deep in their half. They've gone short. And they've just easily bypassed our midfield there. in behind. And thankfully that hits the post, because if that had gone in 2-0 going into the second leg, might have been a bridge too far to overturn. But 1-0 down after the first leg, we've got our work cut out for ourselves in the second leg to come. So, time for the second leg, the home leg. Obviously 1-0 down from that first leg. We do have some serious issues. We've got 3 key players injured. We've got Ernst, our goalkeeper's out. Tom Rota, who we signed in January, is out. And João Rego, who we also signed in January, is out injured. We've also decided to switch the formation up to see if we can produce a better performance. We have played that one game since the first leg. We beat Stuttgart 2-1. And as we said, we have changed the formation. We've gone to a 4-3-3 to match their 4-3-3. Hopefully, it also suits us the best as well. It does mean the change in formation. We've got Albarracin back out on the right wing, where he was so positive for us earlier on in the season. Very little happening early on in this game. Silveira into Jinsu, who's flattened by Molserov, and that's a red card. And hopefully we can take advantage of them being out at 10 men. Though they've got to throw it deep in our half. And they're moving it about far too easily. Thankfully it's wide of the post, but it's far too easy for them to fashion that shooting opportunity. Albarracin down the line for Jinsu. Looks to square it, gets blocked, comes back to him. Gives it away on the edge of the area, but Albarracin wins it back. Finds Escudinha. Out to Contreras, cross into the box. Quiroga gets his head on it. He's been in a real dry spell goal scoring wise and couldn't hit the target with that one. Throw for us, Escudinha to take it. Throws towards the box, it's headed clear, but only as far as Escudinha. Finds Contreras in the box. Keeper turns it onto the post, it comes away to Silveira, and nothing comes of it. Grassi with a free kick into the far post. Macicevic went for it, pulls it down, and then goes back out to Grassi. He gets to the byline, squares it, it goes in off their defender. Makes it 1-0 on the night, levels it up. We've really kind of put the pressure on them in the last couple of minutes of this first half, taking advantage of them being out of 10 men. Macicevic out to Grassi. He just drives to the byline. Tries to pull it back, hits the defender. The keeper had already gone the other way, and that's 1-0. And there we are, 1-0 at half time. Then down to 10 men. We've levelled it up on aggregate. Hopefully we can keep up the level we've showed in the last couple of minutes and see ourselves into the quarter-final. Right, we've sent the same team out to start the second half. Baldanzi in low into Albarracin, into Quiroga in the box. I think he's offside. And we're going to get a VAR check, but we could do with Quiroga getting a goal sooner or later. Because he's really been on a bad run of form. Albarracin takes it, and it's just, yeah. He didn't need to be that offside either. Escudinha with a throw, Baldanzi to Zeze. Escudinha now down the left. Gets to the byline, crosses towards the far post. The keeper comes and claims it. And then he goes long. Zeze wins the header. Jinsu back to Macicevic. Driving forward here down this right-hand side from his centre-half position. Low cross into Quiroga, squares it. It eventually falls to Baldanzi. Puts us 2-0 up on the night. Puts us ahead on aggregate as well. And hopefully now, with them being down to 10 men, we shouldn't let this slip from here. Macicevic driving forward into the box. Quiroga then squares it, gets a nick off the defender, and it's a simple tap in for Baldanzi. A throw for them in our half. force them back to the keeper. But a long ball over the top, and they're in behind almost here. Cuts inside into the box. Matjasevich cuts it out. It's out to Albarracin. Back to Matjasevich. Silveira now forward to Albarracin. We're doing quite well knocking the ball about here, making them chase it. Lovely ball in behind for Jinsu. Gets in. Great save by the keeper. He probably could have squared it for Quiroga. And now Contreras is in behind. Looks for Quiroga, but he didn't make the run. Silveira to Albarracin. Now into Quiroga. Back to Jinsu. Hits the underside of the bar. And the way this is going, the chances we're creating and the chances we're missing, I've got a feeling they're going to get a late goal here. Baldanzi with the low free kick. Albarracin into Quiroga. It ends up going to Silveira. It's a carbon copy of the disallowed goal for Quiroga. But this time Silveira's onside. Dispatches it past the keeper and gives us a bit of breathing space. I think he's offside. Why that's not been given offside? Right, they've gone back to the keeper. Now they're trying to pass it down the left-hand side. Goes back to the keeper. Now they're coming down the right-hand side, but Contreras wins it back. Escudinha to Zeze. Baldanzi now into Quiroga in the box. And this time hits the post, and it just doesn't look like he's ever going to score again, to be honest. Right, we've brought some fresh legs on to try and just see out the last 15 minutes, make it as comfortable as possible for us. And there we go, full time, 3-0. We were very much helped by that sending off. It's seen us through to the quarter-final. And the Europa League dream lives on. We've made it to the end of March. We've played one more league game since that second leg against Benfica, where we actually beat runaway leaders of the league, Bayern Munich 1-0. That's 3 wins in a row since we changed the formation. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come in the next episode as we look to chase this Europa League dream. We've got actually a pretty decent draw in the Europa League. It could have been a lot worse. We've been drawn against Betis, who we played in the league phase, and I think we drew with them earlier on in the season. Yeah, we drew 1-1 with them in the league phase of the Champions League. The other ties in the quarterfinals, you've got Sassuolo against Inter, you've got Celtic against Tottenham, and you've got Man City against Anderlecht. So there's still some big sides here, and we're far from the favourites to win this trophy. But hopefully we can surprise everyone and end the next episode with the Europa League and end the save. Join us next time to see if we can do that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.